So in the previous session, we have discussed about CRM lifecycle, and we have discussed what exactly the CRM and what are the various CRM lifecycle stages that we have in Salesforce, and how can we reach to each and every stage, what will happen behind the screen in each stage, and by using this CRM lifecycle, how can we capture the leads, how can we convert them as customers by selling out the products, and how can we offer the service and how can we maintain the brand in the market, we have discussed in the previous session. And as part of this CRM lifecycle, who are all the various people will get involved, like the marketing team, sales team, and the service team? In which stage, who are all the people are going to involve? We have discussed in the previous session, and we have discussed the various CRM objects. So, what are the various objects that we are using as part of this CRM application to store the CRM related data? That means related to your marketing and the sales and the service. What are the various objects that we are using to store the sales data, service data, and the marketing data? We have discussed, and we have discussed about the CRM. So when coming to the lead conversion process, we have discussed what exactly the lead conversion mechanism and what will happen upon converting the lead as a customer. We have discussed in the previous session. Now, today's session, we are going to discuss about releases. So we have to understand what exactly a release, what it indicates, how frequently Salesforce is providing the releases, and what are those release names, and what are the various release dates that we have, and how can we monitor the release dates and the times, and next, what will be the next 1 year maintenance calendar, how to verify, we'll see practically, and what kind of features that Salesforce will expose in each release, we'll see one by one. Now, so now tell me, what do you mean by a release? Generally, what do you mean by a release? A new version, okay? In this new version, what we are expecting?
Update.
New features. That means some new updates. Now, so simply we can say release indicates a group of new features which can be accessible by a user. Release indicates a group of new features which can be accessible by a user. That user may be our customer, our partner, our employee, our end user, anybody. Okay. So whatever the new features these users can access, the group of those new features will be called as a release. Now, so basically, releases are not only available in Salesforce, we have this releases feature in every software. Whatever the softwares that we have in IT industry right now, in each software we are having these releases. Now, let's see how these releases are different from Salesforce to other technologies. Now, let's see. Now, for example, come to a small scenario. Assume that we have Microsoft. I hope everybody is aware of this organization. So Microsoft is a product-based organization which offers the various products to the customers. They are offering various products to the customers in terms of operating systems, in terms of browsers, in terms of version controlling systems, in terms of CRM applications, in terms of databases, in terms of framework tools, in terms of office automation tools. They're offering so many products to the customers, like Windows operating systems, MS Office, and they're offering .NET programming, they're offering SQL Server database, they're offering version controlling systems, they have CRM applications, so many softwares they're offering to the customers as products. These are not services. They're not offering their service products to the customers on rental. If you want to use any of the Microsoft product, it may be a database also, it may be a programming language also, it may be version controlling tool also, it may be MS Office also, or it may be like Azure operating system also, we have to buy the license. It requires installations. Okay, 98% of Microsoft products are purely on-premise. Now slowly they're migrating each and every product from on-premise to cloud. Within the next 5 years, okay, they will be migrating all the products to cloud because the future will be purely cloud. So that here, slowly they're migrating each and every products to cloud. Now, as part of this Microsoft organization, they're offering so many softwares. For example, they're offering a framework tool called as Microsoft.NET. Microsoft.NET. It's a framework tool which is used to develop your own custom applications, like as banking, finance, insurance, anything, whatever the applications that you want, we can build. While introducing this Microsoft.NET framework, initially they have introduced that Microsoft.NET framework with the version 1.0. This is the first version here. Because whatever the softwares that we have from Microsoft or any other vendors also, each software version will be getting recognized with the help of a version number. Like if they will be having the first version of .NET, version 1.0. Generally, we are calling it as 1.0. But as part of IT industry, this point should be referred as a dot, 0 should be referred as O. So initially they have introduced the first version of .NET, version 1.0. Later, after 2 more years, they have introduced the one more version of .NET, that is version 2.0, by adding some new features. By adding some new enhancements, they have introduced the latest version of the .NET framework, that is version 2.0. Later, after one more year, they have introduced the version 2.5, which is having some new features. Later, after one more year, they have introduced the version 3.0 by adding some new latest enhancements. Later, they have introduced .NET version 3.5 by adding some new features. And after one more year, they have introduced the version 4.0 by adding some more new additional enhancements. Later, after one more year, they have introduced version 4.5, and recently they have introduced the version 5.0. So these are the various versions. When you take any software also available in IT industry, for example, Windows operating system also. Windows we are having initially Windows 7, then 8, then 9. Now we have 10, and then we are having 11 also. We have 12 also in the market nowadays. So now we are having so many versions are also available here. Now, so in this case, as part of this Microsoft .NET also, we are having that version numbers. That means whatever the existing softwares that we have, each software will be recognized with the help of the version number. Based on the version number, we can recognize whether it is an old version or newer version. If it is an old version, it contains old features. If it is a newer version, it contains newer features. And that too, these new releases will be available for every 1 year, or for every 1.5 years, or for every 2 years over here. Now, whenever we got a new release into the market, we have to buy the new version of license. We invest in huge amount. Then we need to install. So from there, we can start utilizing those new features. Now, so this is the actual process is happening in the real world as part of IT industry. But when coming to the Salesforce, as part of Salesforce, Salesforce is not providing the new releases for every 1 year. Salesforce provides the new releases for each and every 4 months. Salesforce is introducing new releases for each and every 4 months. That means every year you will be having 3 releases from Salesforce. Now, so in this case, here you can raise a question. Here you can raise a question, sir, do I need to pay any additional amount to Salesforce in order to get the new release features? No. Salesforce is providing the new release features to each and every customer on free of cost. They're not charging even a single rupee also. Salesforce is providing new release features to each and every customer on free of cost. So on free of cost, we can access the new release features. Now, so in this case, here you can raise a question. Sir, what are those release numbers that we have from Salesforce? As part of Salesforce, Salesforce releases are not versional basis. When you go to any other software, we are having version numbers. But in Salesforce, we don't have any version numbers here. Then how can we recognize the releases from Salesforce? Salesforce releases are purely seasonal releases. Salesforce releases are purely seasonal releases. Now tell me, in each financial year, what are the 3 seasons that we have? Winter season, summer season, spring season. Okay, 3 seasons are available. In each financial year, we are having 3 seasons are available here. Winter, summer, and the spring. These are the 3 seasons are available over here in every financial year. Now, as part of Salesforce also, we have the same 3 seasons. We have winter release, we have summer release, we have spring release. These are the 3 releases are available from Salesforce. Winter, summer, and the spring. 3 releases are available over here. Now, so now in this case here, how can we identify? How to identify what is the current release of Salesforce? Now let me explain. As part of Salesforce, we are having winter release, we have summer release, we have spring release. Winter, summer, and the spring. These are the 3 releases are available in Salesforce. Now here you can raise a question, sir, these 3 seasons are available in every financial year. In 2022 also we have the same 3 seasons. In 2023 also we have the same 3 seasons. In the next year 2024 also we have the same 3 seasons. Then how can we identify this winter release of which financial year? For that one, Salesforce is going to be post fixing that release name and the season name with that financial year number. Like we are having winter 23, summer 23, spring 23. That means 2023 years winter release, 2023 years summer release, 2023 years spring release. Okay, now. So now here in this case, now for example, now tell me, we have this winter 23, summer 23, and the spring 23 here. After that, what is the next release? Once the 3 seasons are over in the financial year, then again same 3 seasons will be keep on repeating. It's like as a cyclic process here. Now, in this case, what is the next release then? Winter 24, right? And then summer 24, and then spring 24. After that, winter 25, summer 25, and then spring 25. So these are the releases here. Now here in this case, as part of these releases, in each financial year, you will be having 3 releases are available from Salesforce: winter release, summer release, and the spring release. So once these 3 releases are over, again you will be having that new releases will be getting automatically repeating over here. It's like as a cyclic mechanism. Now let's see in this case. Here you can raise a question. Sir, Salesforce is offering 3 releases in each financial year, like as winter, summer, and the spring. Salesforce is offering 3 classifications of cloud computing services, like SaaS, PaaS, infrastructure. That means this winter release is used to provide new features of SaaS, and the spring release is used to provide new features of infrastructure, and then this summer release is used to provide the new features of platform. No, not like that. So now these seasons are not specifically designed to provide the new features of a specific category of cloud computing service. In each release, they will be introducing new features related to all the three classifications of cloud computing services. That means as part of this winter release, you will be having the new features. You will be having the new features of SaaS and the platform and infrastructure. In each release, they will be introducing some new features related to SaaS and the platform and the infrastructure. That means they're providing some new features related to Salesforce CRM. They're offering some new features related to Force.com platform. They're offering some new features related to infrastructure services also. As part of server instances also, they're providing some new features. Now, in this case here, as part of this summer release also, they're providing some new features related to Salesforce CRM and the Force.com platform and the infrastructure. As part of this spring release also, they're providing some new features related to CRM and the Force.com platform and the infrastructure. So in each release, they're introducing some new features related to CRM application and the Apex programming language, Visual Force programming language, and the server instances as well. Okay, clear up to this one? Now, so now here in this case, in the entry point of view, it's a common question: what is the current release of Salesforce? Okay, what is the current release? Now, the current release of Salesforce is Winter 24. It is the current release. Okay, current release. So now the future release will be Summer 24. Future release. Okay, now the current release of Salesforce is Winter 24. Right now we are using Winter 24. Okay, last October, Salesforce has given that new release. Okay, that is Winter 24 over here. Okay, now on October 14th, Salesforce has given that new release that is Winter 24. So currently we are using that Winter 24 release features. Now, so in this case, here you can raise a question, sir. How do we know when Salesforce is providing the new releases? How can we check the release dates? How to check the release names? How to check the release timings? During what timing Salesforce is providing the new releases? How can we check it out? Now let me show you with the practical. So now we'll show you with the live concept here. So how frequently Salesforce is providing the new releases and when the future releases will be available here, on what date, on what timing Salesforce is providing the new releases, and then how much time that Salesforce will take in order to upgrade my account. Okay, we'll see. Now, for example, let me explain one more point over here. Assume that, for example, we have some other software like some .NET or operating system or Java, anything. Whenever we got a new release into the market, what we have to do, we have to buy the license of the latest version of the software. We have to install into a local system manually by click on next buttons. But in Salesforce, whenever we are getting a new release, those new release features, we no need to install manually. Those will be automatically upgrading into your account by default. We no need to take care of anything. It doesn't require any human interaction. New release features will be upgrading into your account automatically by Salesforce here. Then, in this case, we can raise a question, sir, how much time Salesforce will take to install the new features in my account? Will they take half an hour time, 1 hour time, or 10 minutes time, or how much time? On what date, on what timings they are going to installing new features? Okay, how can we check? Now let me show you, okay, by verifying this next 1 year maintenance calendar. Now the current month is, okay, November. From November to next year, okay, October, whatever the maintenances has been planned by Salesforce, all the maintenances we can see at one place that is called as status.salesforce.com website. Salesforce is providing a website called as https status.salesforce.com. Status.salesforce.com is a website which is an anonymous access application. Anonymous access means what? Everybody can access this application without any membership, without any registration. You need not be the member of this application. Everybody can access. Like for example, whatever the way we are accessing, okay, google.com, like the similar fashion we can access status.salesforce.com. Status.salesforce.com is an application or a website which is maintaining by Salesforce in order to verify all the server's information and the next 1 year maintenance calendar's information and the server current status also and the historical status of the server also. Everything we can able to monitor at one place by using status.salesforce.com. Now, in this case, how can we monitor? We can now, let me show you with a practical. Now, I'm going to that browser. Just we can use status.salesforce.com. Just we can go to that status.salesforce.com. In the left panel, we have an option called as Salesforce Services. In the left panel, we have the option Salesforce Services. Just you can click on the link Salesforce Services. Now it will populate, okay, all the servers information. Whatever the servers are available, all the servers information will be populating over here. Now, these are the 3 regions where exactly Salesforce is maintaining their own servers, like as North America region, Asia Pacific region, and then Europe region. Europe, Middle East, and Africa. Okay, now these are the 3 regions where exactly Salesforce is maintaining their own servers. Now, so let me go to any one of the server here. For example, I'm going to Asia Pacific region servers. Now I'm going to the server number, for example, AP24. Okay, AP24. Just you can click on any of the server number. AP24, AP10, AP5, AP6, AP29, AP25, anything. Now, click on the server number. Now it will be loading that server details over here. And then we can verify the status of that server, the current status of the server, the last 7 days historical status of the server, along with the next 1 year maintenance calendar also. Now it is indicating the current status. Now the current status tab is indicating currently the server is available. Now the server is up and running fine. There is no issue. The current release of Salesforce is that is Winter 24. Okay, Winter 24 is the current release of Salesforce. Now, so now here in this case, all the features are working very fine. Core services are working fine. Search features, analytics feature, live agent, CPQ and the billing, Einstein bots, communities, all the features are working very fine because it is having a green color tick mark is available. Now this tick mark is indicating server is up and running fine. This functionality is working fine, no issues inside that. Now, in order to check that release information, just you can go to the maintenance tab. Go to this maintenance tab to verify the next 1 year maintenance calendar of your server AP24. Now, click on maintenance tab. Now we can see that. So now we can see what are the various maintenances has been done by Salesforce, okay, for the next 1 year here. We'll see. So now we can verify all this information as well here. Now, so now in this case, it is indicating past 33 days. What are the various maintenances had, okay, implemented by Salesforce? Okay, we can verify that. Now, so now here in this case, we don't have any previous last 33 maintenances over here. Now the next maintenance. What is the next release will be giving by Salesforce here? Now let's see. The next release is that will be Spring 24, which will be giving by Salesforce on February 10th. So next year, 2024 on February 10th, Salesforce is going to be introducing a new release that is called as Spring 24. We are already, right now we are using that Winter 24. The next release will be Spring 24, which will be giving by Salesforce on February 10th. At what timings? Night at 10:30 p.m. IST. At night at 10:30 p.m. IST, Salesforce is providing the new release that is called as Spring 24 release. Now here you can raise a question. Now, how can we verify? Is it a confirmed maintenance or not? How can we check it out? Just you can click on this ticket number over here. Just you can click on ticket number. Now we can see the complete details. Now it is indicating Spring 24 major release, which will be introducing the Salesforce on February 10th, night at 10:30 p.m. IST. And then the status is it's a confirmed status. Confirmed on that particular date, on that timing, Salesforce will be giving a new release that is Spring 24. Impacted instances are AP24 server. Impacted services are core services here. Type of maintenance is it's a new release. It's a new release. Now, so now in this case, you can raise a question. Sir, how much time Salesforce will take to install the new updates into my Salesforce org? How much time it will take here? How can we verify? What is the planned start time here? 10:30 p.m. IST. What is the planned end time? 10:35 p.m. IST. How much time? 5 minutes. Okay. Salesforce people are having the deployment window of 5 minutes. They're having the maintenance window of 5 minutes in order to install the latest updates. But usually they will complete this task within 1 minute or maximum 2 minutes only here. They will complete the task. They're having that window of 5 minutes of time for the upgradation of the new features. But usually they will complete this task within 1 or 2 minutes max. If it is a Winter 24, they have completed within 1 minute only max over here. Okay. Now, so now here in this case, they are going to be providing the new features on February 10th night at 10:30 p.m. IST. Within 5 minutes, my account will be upgrading with the new release features. Now, so in this case, here you can raise a question. Sir, during this 5 minutes of time, can I access my Salesforce application? No, we can't access. They're clearly indicating that availability here. They're clearly indicating the availability. This instance will not be available during this maintenance window. That means on February 10th, night at 10:30 p.m. to 10:35 p.m. for 5 minutes of time, your Salesforce application cannot be accessible because of the maintenance activity here. Now, whenever we are accessing your banking applications, you will be getting some scrolling messages in your banking apps. Like our credit card services or our loans services will not be accessible because of maintenance activity from so-and-so date, from so-and-so time to so-and-so time. Like the similar way, Salesforce is giving that maintenance window. During this 5 minutes of time, your Salesforce application cannot be accessible so that we can inform to all our customers and the partners, dear customer or partner, we can so-and-so date from so-and-so time to so-and-so time, our application cannot be accessible because of the maintenance activity. So please plan accordingly here so that we can send some notification to all the people so that they can plan accordingly here. Okay. So now, in this case here, we can able to verify this maintenance calendar of next 1 year, okay, inside this status.salesforce.com website. Okay, clear? Now, so now tell me, once the spring also over, then what is the next release? Winter is over, spring is over. What is the next release? Summer release. When will be the summer release here? June 15th. Okay, 2024. Okay, June 15th, night at 10:30 p.m. IST. Salesforce is providing summer 24 release. Now, so now this is also confirmed maintenance. Just we can click on the ticket number. We can see the details here. On June 15th, Salesforce will provide a new release. Okay, that is summer 24. Okay, between the timings 10:30 p.m. IST to 10:35 p.m. IST. Okay, this is also a confirmed maintenance over here. It's not a tentative date. Okay, it's not a tentative date. It's a permanent confirmed date over here. Okay, now next one. After this is summer 24. What is the next release? Winter 24 is over. Currently we are in winter 24, and then spring 24 will be on February, and then June 15 we are having summer 24. After that, winter 25.
Winter.
When will be winter 25? Winter 25 will be on October 12th. Okay. Next year, October 12th. Over here, we are having this new release that is winter 25, which will be given by Salesforce. Okay, which is a confirmed maintenance. It's a confirmed maintenance on October 12th, 2024. Salesforce will provide some new release that is winter 25. So that is also will be upgrading your account automatically within 5 minutes of time. That means whenever we are getting a new release features from Salesforce, we no need to install those features manually. Those features are going to be upgrading into your account automatically by default. Salesforce will be upgrading that features into your Salesforce account automatically. So it doesn't require any human interaction. Okay, directly your account will be upgrading with the new features automatically by default by taking 5 minutes of time. During that 5 minutes, we can't access your applications. Okay, clear? Now, so now in this case, you can raise a question. Sir, Salesforce is going to be introducing some new releases for every 4 months. Currently, we are using Winter 24. Next release will be Spring 24, which will be introducing the Salesforce on February 10th. Okay, fine. Now, in that new release, what new features Salesforce is going to introduce? What new features Salesforce is planning to introduce as part of this new release that is Spring 24? How can we check it out? In that case, in order to see the new features of this new release, we have to use the help of release note. Salesforce is providing a release note document. Release note document is a reference document which will be introducing the Salesforce, which will be providing the Salesforce 2 months before of the release date. 2 months before the release date, Salesforce will provide a release note. In that release note, they're clearly describing as part of this Spring 24 release what new features we are planning to introduce. As part of CRM, what features we are planning to introduce. As part of Apex programming, what new features. In Visual Force, what new features. In Lightning Framework, what new features. In infrastructure level, what new features we are planning to introduce. Everything they will be documenting inside a reference document that is called as release note. Then where will be this release note here? This release note document is available inside the Salesforce.com website and free. We can download and we can refer this document as well. Salesforce is providing the release note document inside the Salesforce.com website. Directly, we can go to the Salesforce.com website. From there, we can search for the release note document of Spring 24. We can download it. We can see that what new features Salesforce is planning to introduce as part of this Spring 24 new release here. So all the information we can see as part of this release note itself over here. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, so now in this case, you can raise a question. Sir, for example, I'm running a small business, a small supermarket. So to automate all my products, my sales, my customers' information, everything, I'm using Salesforce CRM. Now, currently we are using Winter 24 release. Whatever the features we have in our Salesforce account till now, those features are enough for my business. Because my business is very small, so whatever the features Salesforce has provided till now, all the features are okay, very good, and those are enough for me. I don't want any more new features. For example, today is February 10th. For example, today, February 10th. Now, today Salesforce is providing a new release that is Spring 24. Do we have any chance to stop this new release features for my account? I don't want these new release features because whatever the features that we have, those are enough. I don't want any more new features for my business. Then, do we have any chance to stop that new release features? No. We don't have any chance to stop that new release features here because here Salesforce is keep on indicating to the customer, dear customer, okay, dear customer, you are our asset. As an organization, it's my responsibility. I have to make my customer happy. I want to make my customer satisfied so that we are providing some new features to you as part of each and every new release and free of cost. So whatever the features we're providing to you, you can use these features to automate your business processes. But you don't have the rights to stop those features here. You don't have the rights to stop those features. I'm providing all the new features to you. If you want, you can use it. If you don't want, leave it. No problem. But you can't stop those features. New release features will be applicable to every account automatically by default. Because the main reason is Salesforce people wants to avoid the concept of older version and the newer version concept. They want to avoid okay, older version and the newer version concept over here. Like for example, come to a scenario. So now so many people might be having a question in their mind. Like for example, when you go to any other technology, Java, .NET, SAP, Oracle, whatever the technologies that we have except Salesforce. Now generally, whenever we are taking any training from any of the institute, they will be giving the training on trial version. Because the actual license of that software will be millions of dollars, but the training institute people can't afford that much of huge amount to buy the expensive license. So they will be giving the training on okay older version. The two it's a trial version. In the older version, we are having very old features, less features are available, and then we don't know what new features are available inside that. Once the training has been completed, then we will start attending the interviews. Once you got selected in a company, then you will be joining the company here. We can work on the projects. So before joining the company, the people will be having so many questions in their mind. Like we got the training on old version in the training institute. So in the old version, we have very less features. We know how to use them. That's it. Tomorrow, I'm going to joining my organization. Tomorrow is my onboarding date. So once I join the company, they will be allocating me to a project. In that company, they're using licensed versions. The two, they're using the new versions also. In that new version, they're having some new features. But I don't know what new features are available. What is the use of that new feature? How to use them? I don't know here. So then how to use that here? How can we manage my job? This kind of questions will be keep on moving around the people's mind. It's a common question for everybody here. Because in the training institute, we have older version. In the real-time organization, we have new version here. We have old features, the new features are available. But when coming to the Salesforce, we don't have such kind of older version, newer version concept, because Salesforce is avoiding that concept here. Whenever Salesforce is giving a new release, that new release features will be applicable to each and every customer automatically by default and free of cost. So whatever the current release that we have right now in my free account, the same features will be available in the real-time organization also. No changes in the features wise. No changes in the features wise. No changes in the version wise. Here also I'm using Winter 24. When you go to the IT company also, they will be using same Winter 24 release. Whenever Salesforce is giving the new release, that is Spring 24 in February 10th, the same features will be applicable to me also. It will be applicable to the real-time organization people also. Everybody will be on the same platform here. All the people are on the same platform. Everybody will be having the equal opportunity to get the new features. So we don't have any older version, newer version concept. Everybody will be on the same platform over here. So that here, when coming to the Salesforce, they are not permitting the users to stop the new release features. Whenever Salesforce is giving the new releases, those features will be applicable to everybody's account automatically and free of cost, but we can't stop them here. If you want, we can use them. If you don't want the new features, leave it, no problem here. Okay, clear? Next. Next one here. In this case, in the entry point of view, they may be raising one more question. So now I'm using this Salesforce account since last 5 years, for example. In the last 5 years, we have built so many applications. Now applications are working very fine. The applications are very stable, no issues in the application. Now on February 10th, Salesforce is providing a new release. Now, the people will be having that question in their mind, sir, because of this new release features, will my existing application features are affected? No. Salesforce people will make sure that because of the new release features, any of your existing customer applications should not be affected. Before the release, whatever the applications are available, whatever the way the applications are working, in the same manner applications will be working after release also here. So Salesforce people will make sure that because of the new release features, any of the existing customers application should not be getting affected. Every application should work as it is without any impact. Okay, without any impact, all the applications will be working as it is. For that one, Salesforce people will be doing 3 pre-release checks. They will be having the 3 pre-release checks. During this 3 pre-release checks, they are going to verify, like as the trial runs. Because the trial runs here. They would like to have the trial. That means they will be introducing that new feature. They will be testing that, okay, because of this new release features, any of my customer application is affecting or not. They will cross-check that by using this pre-release checks. So now with the help of this pre-release checks, they would like to make sure any of the application of a customer should not be affected. They will work as it is here without any impact. Okay, understand the concept over here now. So now these are the various features that we have as part of our releases. Okay, understand the concept here now. So because it's a common question in most of the interviews, okay, what is the current release of Salesforce? What is the future release? What is the previous release? These are the common questions here. Okay, now make a note of this one. Let me use some note points over here regarding these releases. Now, release indicates a collection of new features which can be accessible by the user. Salesforce provides the new releases for each 4 months. For each 4 months. Now, Salesforce releases are purely seasonal basis. Purely seasonal releases. As below. Now, winter release, spring release, and the summer release. Now, each release features will be available to customers, available to all the customers on free of cost, which will get automatically upgraded into each customer's account by default. Which will get automatically upgraded into each customer's account automatically by default. Now, each release offers the new features related to SaaS, PaaS, and infrastructure. Now, we can verify the new release features inside the release note document. Release note document available inside the salesforce.com website. Salesforce.com website. Now, we have the below releases. Like we have winter 23, spring 23, summer 23, winter 24, spring 24, summer 24, etc. Summer 23 is the previous release, winter 24 is the current release, spring 24 will be the future release. That means next release. That will be given by Salesforce on February 10th, 2024 at 10:30 p.m. IST. This is the future release. This is the future release, which will be given by Salesforce on June. Okay, June 15th, or June 10th, or June 15th, 2024. These are the releases. We can verify the release dates and timings inside the website. Inside the website, http www.status.salesforce.com website. We can monitor the next 1 year maintenance calendar by using this website. Done up to this part? Done with this? Next. So now, so this is the information of releases as part of your Salesforce arc. Now let's see. The next one, server instances. So what exactly the server instance and what is the use and what are the various servers maintaining by Salesforce in each and every region? How can we check those server details? How to monitor the historical status of the server? Okay, by using status.salesforce.com website. We can now let's see with the practical use case. Now let's see. So that already we know that Salesforce is not only offering the SaaS, they're offering the platform, they're offering infrastructure services also. Now, so what do you mean by infrastructure services? Infrastructure services are nothing but server instances. Server instances. Okay, server instances. Now, that means what? Once application development has been done, once application development has been done, in order to install the application, in order to store your application related data, your business related data, and the documents and the records and the files and everything, whatever the memory space that we need, that whole memory space also offering the Salesforce as part of this infrastructure as a service on rental basis. That means not only taking some ready-made softwares on rental basis, not only taking the platform on rental basis, we can take that server instances also on rental basis from Salesforce. So as part of these server instances, they're offering various services. Like they're offering storage space also on rental basis. They're taking care of performance services, security services, backup and restoring facilities, disaster recovery facilities also, upgradations also, all are available as part of server instances on rental basis to the customers. Now, so now in this case, how Salesforce is offering their own infrastructure services to the customers on rental basis. Now, in order to provide the infrastructure services to the customers, Salesforce is maintaining their own servers. Salesforce maintains their own servers in 3 different regions. Salesforce is maintaining their own servers in 3 different regions where each server will be having some storage space. It is having some huge memory spaces available inside that. From that memory space, they're allocating some amount of memory space to each and every customer. Now, so in this case, what are those regions in which Salesforce is maintaining their own servers and how many servers are available in each region, how they're allocating the memory space to each customer, which now let me explain in detail over here. Okay, now, this concept indicates the background story of creating your Salesforce account. That means upon creating a new Salesforce account, what will happen behind the screen, that part we are discussing in today's session here now. Now, as part of this server instances, Salesforce is offering storage space also, performance features, security features, backup and restoring facilities, disaster recovery facilities, upgradations. All these facilities are available, okay, as part of this infrastructure services by Salesforce. Now, in order to provide this storage space to the customers, Salesforce is maintaining the servers in 3 different regions. Now, we have the servers in below 3 regions. First one, North America region. This is also called as EMEA region. Second one, Europe region. This is also called as EU or EMEA. Third one, Asia Pacific region. This is also called as AP region. These are the 3 regions where exactly Salesforce has expanded the business. Salesforce business has been expanded to these 3 regions: North America region, Europe region, and the Asia Pacific region. Okay. Now, in each region, okay, they are maintaining various servers in order to provide the memory space to the customers. Now let's come to that scenario here. How they are maintaining the servers, how much memory space they will allocate for each customer. Now let me explain in detail. Now, for example, come to a scenario. Today, we are creating a Gmail account. Now tell me, upon creating a new Gmail account, how much memory space will be allocating by the Google people to you? Will those people are allocating a complete server to a single customer? The whole Google server they're allocating to the single customer? No. They're not allocating the complete Google server to the single customer. They are going to be allocating some amount of memory space. How much? 15 GB of memory space they're allocating to the customer here. Now, for example, one more customer showed interest. One more customer is creating Gmail account. For the second customer, 15 GB. For the third customer, 15 GB. Fourth customer, 15 GB. Like that. For each customer, they are going to be allocating 15 GB of memory space for every customer. That means they're not allocating the dedicated server to each customer. They're not providing a separate server to each customer. Why? Because if they're allocating a separate server for each and every customer, if the number of customers are increasing, automatically number of servers also will be increasing. Now, at the time of maintenance, it will be a huge difficult process. They can't maintain those many number of servers. Maintaining those many number of servers are very, very difficult. For that one, they are not providing a dedicated server, they're providing a shared infrastructure. They're providing a shared infrastructure. That means they're maintaining one single server. In that single server, they're allocating the memory space to different customers. For customer 1, 15 GB, customer 2, 15 GB, customer 3, 15 GB. Like that, they're spreading this whole memory space of the server to different customers. That means multiple customers are using the same server. Multiple customers' applications are running in the same server. Multiple customers' data, documents, files, records are storing within the same server. This is how they would like to maintain. Like the similar way as part of Salesforce also, Salesforce is maintaining their own servers in each and every region. Initially, they have started their servers in North America region first because Salesforce is a US-based organization. They have started this company in US in March 1999. So during that time, in order to provide infrastructure facilities to the customers, they have introduced their first server that is in North America region. Now, they have started the first server in North America region. They have introduced their business in North America region first. This is EMEA region. This is the North America region. In North America region, they have introduced the first server. This is the first server that we have in North America region. This server name is NA0. NA0. Each server name will be getting starting with that region code along with an index position called starting from 0. Now, in this case, this is the North America region. All the North America region server names will be starting with NA. It will be recognizing each server by using the index position which is starting from 0. Now, this is the first server. NA0 means North America region, so first server. In this NA0 server, they're having some huge memory spaces available. Some terabytes of memory spaces available inside this server. Now, so today, a customer showed interest to use Salesforce services. So whenever a customer showed interest, for that customer, Salesforce people are not allocating this complete server. They're allocating some amount of memory space for that customer. For the customer one, they're allocating some amount of memory space. Whenever a customer showed interest to utilize Salesforce services, okay, for that customer, they're allocating some amount of memory space. Now, so now this is a Salesforce, okay, memory space they have allocated. The allocation of this memory space process is called as creating a Salesforce.com organization. So the allocation of this memory space process is called as creating a Salesforce.com organization. Salesforce.com organization. This is also called as simply an org. This is also called as a Salesforce account. Generally, we are calling it as a Salesforce account, but as part of IT industry, we have to refer it as it's my Salesforce.com organization, or simply we can call it as org. Okay, it's my organization. Organization means my account. Okay, now, so now, whenever a new customer showed interest to utilize Salesforce services, for that customer, Salesforce is going to be reserving some amount of memory space inside the available server. So the allocation of this memory space process is called as creating a Salesforce.com organization, or simply org or Salesforce account. Now, this is my organization over here. Now, this organization is the first organization. This is organization one. Organization one. This is the first Salesforce organization. So, which has been reserved for the customer one. Customer one. Now, to recognize each and every organization, for every organization, Salesforce is reserving some unique identification number. For every organization, they're allocating one unique identification number that is called as organization ID. For each organization, we are having a unique identification number that is called as organization ID, which is an 18 characters alphanumerical number. Which is an 18 characters alphanumerical number, which always starts with a 00D. Which always starts with 00D. It may be any Salesforce organization. Every Salesforce organization's ID will be starting with a 00D, which is an 18 characters alphanumerical number, which is purely case sensitive. It's purely case sensitive, which contains uppercase letters, lowercase letters also. If you're changing the case of the character lower to upper, upper to lower, it will show that error message to you. You can't track that. You can't access your account here. Okay, so that here each Salesforce organization will be recognized with the help of a unique identification number that is called as organization ID, which always starts with a 00D, which is having 18 characters, which is purely case sensitive. For example, assume that for this organization, the ID is, for example, 00D 44990011. Assume that this is the ID here. And now this is for the customer one. From now onwards, this customer one can install his applications inside this space. He can store his data, his documents, his files, his records, everything will be storing inside this memory space only over here. Okay, understood the concept here? Now, next, for example, today one more customer showed interest to utilize Salesforce services. Then for the customer two, they're allocating some amount of memory space. For the customer two, they're allocating some amount of memory space. Now this is for the customer two. Now this is called as organization two, which is for customer two. For the second customer. Now for this organization also, it is allocating a unique identification number that is called as organization ID. Assume that this ID is a 00D, okay, 44882211. Assume that this is the ID. In this particular organization, in this particular space, the customer two can install his applications, his data, his documents, files, records, everything. Like the similar way, one more customer showed interest, the third customer. For the customer three, some amount of memory space are allocating over here. This is for the customer three, and which is organization three. This is for the customer three. Now for this particular organization, it is allocating a unique identification number. Organization ID, which is starting with a 00D, okay, 77331100. Assume that this is the ID. Like the similar way, one more customer showed interest. For the fourth customer. For the customer 4 also, it is going to be allocating some amount of memory space. This is the organization 4, which is for customer 4. Now for this organization also, we are having a unique identification number that is called as organization ID, which is starting with a 00D. Because the 66003311. Assume that. Like that, here it is allocating that memory space for 8,000 organizations within a single server. Within a single server, you will be having the memory space for 8,000 organizations. That means 8,000 customers are using the same server. 8,000 customers' applications are running in the same server. 8,000 customers' data, documents, files, records will be storing within the same server. Even though if the multiple people are using the same server, one customer data cannot be accessible by another customer. One customer application can't be accessible by another customer. That much of security boundaries has been configured by Salesforce. Your data is completely safe. Nobody can touch your data without your permissions. Okay, now sometimes we can raise the question, sir, for example, this organization 1 and the organization 4, these two people are partners of a company here. Both are belongs to the same group of companies, both are partners. Even though they may be partners, they're having their own accounts. If they want to communicate, then what we can do? So in that case, if these two people wants to communicate with each other, they want to exchange some data, then the only way is integration. Without the integration, both the people can't access the data here. They can't exchange the information. They can't pass the data from one organization to another organization. Okay, that much of security boundaries has been configured by Salesforce. Except the integration, nobody can touch your data without your permissions. Okay, clear? Understood the concept here? Now, so now here in this case, let's see. Concepts are not new. These are very, very regular concepts, very old concept here. Okay, now let me explain a small general scenario so that you can understand. For example, I'm having some valuable properties with me. My property documents, jewelry, gold, money, diamonds, so many valuable items are available with me. So now, as a property owner, it's my responsibility. I need to protect all the properties from the damages or from the unauthorized people. So then, how can we protect this property from the unauthorized people? What is that safe place where we can place all these items here? Bank lockers. Now we are going to the bank. When you go to the bank, assume that this is a bank premises. In this bank premises, we are having this locker facility. This is a locker room. Now tell me, whenever your customer showed interest, whenever your customer is utilizing the locker facility, now tell me, will the bank people are allocating the complete locker room to a single customer? No. So whatever the space they have inside the locker room, this entire space are dividing to the various small portions. Whatever the space they have, they're dividing this locker space to the various small portions. This whole space are going to be dividing into various small portions over here. Now, this each portion will be called as a locker. Each portion will be called as a locker. Now, this is a locker one. This is the first locker here. Now tell me how to recognize each and every locker now. ID. That means what? Locker number. Each locker will be having a number. Okay, 101. Locker number 102. Locker number 103. Locker number 104. Like that here, each locker will be having a unique identification number. Each locker will be allocating to a customer. Now the locker 1 is allocating to customer 1. Locker 2 will be allocating to customer 2. This is to the customer 3. This is to the customer 4. Like that, each locker will be allocating to that a separate customer here. Now, once the locker has been allocated to the customer is placing his valuable items, like as his property documents, jewelry, gold, money, documents, everything he's placing inside that. Like the similar way, each customer is placing their own property documents, jewelry, or valuable items are placing inside that. Once they have placed the items, are making a lock on that. Now, tell me, once I'm placing my items inside my locker, will other people can access my items? No. Can I use other people's items? No, because there is a lock. So now it is already locked, so that here other people can't touch my items without my permission. Without my locker key, they can't open my locker, they can't use my items here. Now, like the similar way, whatever the way we have lockers, like the similar way we have organization. Whatever the locker room that we are having our server. Locker will be called as organization here. Each locker will be having a number that is called as organization ID. In the locker, we are placing some valuable items. Here also, we are placing some valuable items like as our applications, our data, our documents, our files, our records, all these things we are placing over here. Okay, so now here in this case, whatever the way we are having the locker facilities in the real world, similar pattern we are having our server instances as well. Concepts are not new. Concepts are very, very old concepts only, but just have applied the same concept for our Salesforce services as well. Okay, now let's see. Now let's see. For example, here. So now assume that I went to that bank branch to open a locker. They said that all the lockers are full. No lockers available. What can I do? In that branch, all the lockers are full. No vacancy for the lockers. Another branch. We can go to the another branch. That means they will be referencing to you. So now, boss, nearby this place, we have our one of the another branches available. There we are having some lockers are available. Please go there here. That means they are referencing to you. They will be suggesting you to go there. Like the similar way here also, whatever the server space that we have, in this server, they're allocating the memory space for 8,000 organization. If you keep on allocating the memory space for each and every customer, at a certain point of time, whatever the memory space that we have inside the server, that will be full. Now, once the server is full, what can I do? Do I need to stop my business? No. Then what can I do? We need to start one more server. So now here in this case, they're introducing one more server over here. If the server 1 NA0 is full, they'll be starting one more server. Now tell me, what is this a server number? NA1, right. This is a NA1 server, North America region's a secondary server. Here also the same story. For the first customer, they're allocating some amount of memory space. For the customer 2, they're allocating some amount of memory space. For the customer 3 also. For the customer 4 also over. They keep on allocating the memory space. Like the similar way here also, they're allocating the memory space for 8,000 organizations. They're allocating the memory space for 8,000 organizations. Now, so now at a certain point of time, this NA1 server also will be full. Then what they will do now? They will start one more server, NA2. If this is also full, then NA3. If this is also full, NA4. If this is also full, NA5. Like that, they have added so many servers. Now they are into NA291. Total 292 servers are available in North America region from Salesforce. Okay, so we have 292 servers are available, including backup servers from Salesforce, which are purely production servers. Which are purely production servers, where exactly the live data, the live applications are available inside these servers. Now, if you want to check this servers information, just you can go to the website. Go to that status.salesforce.com website. Go to the Salesforce services. Now here we will be having the regions. These are the three regions where exactly Salesforce is operating the business. North America region, Asia Pacific region, and then Europe, Middle East, and Africa region here. Okay, Europe region. These are the three regions. In each region, what servers are available? If you want to see, just you can select this checkbox. We can see the servers information over here. Now, in order to know the server status, to check the server status, they have given the legend positions also. These are called as legend notations, which indicate the status of the server. These are called as legend notation. That means color coding notations. These are the legend symbols. The legend symbols are indicating the current status of the server here. If the server is having this symbol, okay, green color tick mark over here, that means it is indicating server is up and running fine. Server is available, no issues in the server here. If it is showing that, okay, orange color exclamation symbol, that means there is a performance issue in the server. If it is showing that, okay, red color cross mark, it is indicating server has been stopped because of some issue. If it is showing this gear icon, it is indicating that server is under maintenance here. So these are the color coding notations that we have. These are called as legend symbols or legend notations, which indicates the color coding notation, which indicate the current status of the server. Now I want to see that, okay, North America region servers. Select this America's checkbox. Now we can see the servers information here. These CS servers are customer sandbox is nothing but for development purpose here. Now these are the servers. We have the server NA100, NA101, 102, 103, 104, 105, like that here. We are having various servers. Each server will be indicating that, okay, status also. This green color tick mark is indicating server is up and running fine. There is no issue inside the server over here. Now we can see all the servers information over here, which are purely production servers, which we are having 291. We have the servers here. Now we are having the servers. Not 291. And we have NA 75, 85, 89, 93, 94. Like that, we're having totally NA 291. That means 292 servers are available, okay, in North America region, which are purely production servers. Okay, now. So, like the similar way here. In North America region, so many customers are utilizing Salesforce services. In North America region, so many customers are using Salesforce services. So they have given very good feedback. Because of the good feedback from Asia Pacific region, also so many customers have showed interest to utilize Salesforce services. So that they have expanded their business to Asia Pacific region also. That is called as AP region. Now, in Asia Pacific region, they have started the first server over here. What is that first server in Asia Pacific region now? AP0, right, exactly. We have this first server that is AP0. AP0 server. Here also the same story. They're allocating the memory space for the various customers. For the customer 1, some amount of memory space. For the customer 2, some amount of memory space. For the customer 3, some amount of memory space. For the customer 4, some amount of memory space. Like the similar way here also, they're allocating the memory space for 8,000 organizations. 8,000 customers are using that same server. That means they're maintaining shared infrastructure. One single server resources sharing by 8,000 customers over here. They're not providing dedicated server. If they keep on allocating the memory space for every customer, at a certain point of time, this, okay, AP0 server will be getting full. Then they will start one more server here. What is the next server? AP1. If this is also full, AP2, then AP3, and then AP4. Like that, now they are into AP50. Okay, they're having 51 servers are available in Asia Pacific region. Okay, now we can take those servers information also. Now I'm unselecting this checkbox Americas. I'm selecting Asia Pacific. Now we can see the servers information. Like we're having the servers AP10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19, like that. We can see the server numbers also here. We're having this servers AP50. Okay, total 51 servers are available in Asia Pacific region, okay, from Salesforce, which are purely production servers over here. Each server is working very fine, no issues, because it is indicating green color tick mark is available here. That means the server is up and running fine. Okay, now, like the similar fashion, okay, they have expanded their business to Europe region also. In Europe region, so many customers have showed interest to utilize Salesforce services, so that they have expanded the business to Europe region also. Now they have started their own servers in Europe region. The first server will be EU0. From there onward, they keep on allocating the memory space for, okay, the Europe region customers also. Here also they're having the various servers here. They're having from EU02, they're having the servers like as, okay, EU, okay, 48, and then they're having this 56 server also here. Total 57 servers in EU region. In Europe region, they're having total 57 servers are available, EU0 to EU56. Okay, these are the various servers are available in each and every region, which is maintaining by Salesforce. Okay, now So now here in this case, you can raise a question. Sir, for example, today I'm creating a Salesforce account. Whenever I'm creating the Salesforce account, what will happen? Salesforce is going to be reserving some amount of memory space in a specific server. Then how can we check in which server memory has been reserved for my account here? In which server my applications, my data, my documents, my files are residing? How can we check it out? Now let me show you with practical here. Okay, now let me go to my one of my existing Salesforce account. I'm going to my existing Salesforce account. For example, okay, SFDC training account 376. Let me log in into my Salesforce account over here. I'm logging into my Salesforce account. This is one of the Salesforce account which I have created for my previous batch. So upon creating the Salesforce account, what will happen? This is the process is happening behind the screen. That means whenever a new customer showed interest, whenever we are creating a new Salesforce account, then automatically Salesforce is reserving some amount of memory space for my organization. Upon creating the Gmail account, they're allocating 50 GB space. Here also Salesforce is allocating the memory space for my account. Then how much memory space it will allocate, I will show you in tomorrow's session. Because here we are having editions. We have so many editions are available in Salesforce. Depends upon the edition, memory storage space will be different over here. For each edition, different amount of memory space will be allocating by Salesforce. Tomorrow we are discussing about the editions concept. There I will tell you, okay, for each edition, how much storage space will be allocating by Salesforce. Okay, now that's what here I did not discuss about that point over here. Now, for example, whenever I'm creating a new Salesforce account, Salesforce is going to be reserving some amount of memory space over here. Now, this is called as a Salesforce.com organization or Salesforce account. Like the similar way, whenever you are creating your own Salesforce account, Salesforce is reserving the memory here. This is the account which I have created in the past. I want to know in which server memory has been reserved by Salesforce, and for this particular Salesforce account, what is the ID generated by Salesforce? What is the organization ID I want to see? For that one, simply we can go to our Salesforce account, and the top left corner we have a small quick find box. Small quick find box. Just we can search for the information, company information link. Search for the option company information. As soon as once we click on this company information link, now we can see our organization details. For my Salesforce organization, how much memory space has been allocated, where it has been allocated, in which server memory has been reserved, what is my organization ID, everything we can able to verify over here. We can verify everything over here. Okay. Now for my Salesforce organization, memory has been reserved in which server here? AP25 server here. Okay, AP25 server. This is my organization ID, which is always starting with a 00D. Okay. Now, this is called as my Salesforce.com organization. That means Salesforce account. For my account, it has reserved the memory space inside the AP25 server here. So this is my organization ID. We can verify our organization details also inside this company information. Okay, understood the concept over here? Now, so now here in this case, here you can raise a question. For example, sir, assume that I am the customer one. Upon creating my Salesforce account, Salesforce is reserving some amount of memory. For example, they have given some 10 GB of space. Assume that, for example, Salesforce people has allocated 10 GB of space. So now from the creating the Salesforce account, keep on, I'm storing my customers data, my sales data, my products data, everything inside this, okay, Salesforce arc. So if you keep on storing the data inside my arc, at a certain point of time, whatever the 10 GB of data that we have, that storage will be full. Then what can I do? Do I need to stop my business here? No, I don't want to stop. In that case, what we can do, I need some additional memory space. Whatever the 10 GB they have allocated to me that has been full, I want some more storage space. In this case, whatever the memory storage space allocated by Salesforce, we can expand that memory space by contacting Salesforce by paying some additional amount. By paying the additional amount to Salesforce, we can expand the memory space. Now, in that case, we can raise a question. Sir, whenever I'm expanding the memory space, then where that new memory space will be getting allocated? In the same server or in a different server? Now, in this case, always Salesforce people are making sure one customer data should be available within a single server itself. Why? Because this, for example, this is for the customer one. 10 GB of storage space is available over here. Now today, he has requested for 10 more GB data here. Now we have allocated the memory space in the MA1 server. For example, In that case, what happened? Till now, whatever the data they have created, the whole data is available in the NA0 server. From now onwards, whatever the records they are going to create, that will be storing inside this NA1 server. That means some data is available in NA0 server, some data is available in NA1 server. Now tell me, whenever I'm searching for some content, searching the data in one server is easy, or searching the data in two servers are easy? One server is easy here. If you want to set the data into two different servers, at that time it will be very difficult. It will be impacting on the application performance. For that reason, Salesforce people wants to make sure always a customer data will be available within a single server itself here. Now, here in this case, whatever the additional memory space that we want, that memory space are allocating in the same server. Now, here you can raise one more question also. Sir, already this memory space is full. Now the server NA0 is full, then how they will allocate the memory space? Now, Salesforce people know this idea here. They know this concept here. Today we are allocating 10 GB of space. At a certain point of time, definitely the customer needs some more different memory space additionally. Because it's a 10 GB data cannot be utilized for lifelong, okay, at a certain point of time it will be getting full. For that one, in each server, they're maintaining some buffer space. In every server, they're having some buffer memory space. That means some additional storage space will be available over here. From that buffer space, they're allocating that 10 GB of data to the customer, to whomever you want. Okay, understood the concept over here? Now, so they will be having the buffer memory space for each and every server here. For every server, they will be having some buffer space. Now they will be having buffer memory space. From that buffer memory space, they're allocating the memory space for each and every customer who needs additional storage space over here. Now, here you can raise a question, sir, if this buffer space is also full, then what Salesforce people will do? Even if the buffer space is full, then they will be expanding the buffer space over here. They will expand the buffer space, they will be expanding the buffer space, and from that one, they will be allocating the memory space to the customer additionally whenever they need here. Now, in this case, here you can raise a question. Sir, if they keep on expanding the buffer space, then so much data will be available in the same server. In that case, will it be impacting on that server performance? Yes, definitely it will be impacting on the server performance. For that one, for every 4 years, Salesforce is upgrading the hardware of each and every server. For every 4 years, Salesforce will upgrade the hardware of each and every server also over here, because to maintain the same speed for the server. The server should not have any performance issues. In order to continue with the same speed, they would like to upgrade the hardware of each and every server for every 4 years by Salesforce. Okay? Understood the concept over here? Now. So now, but in this case here, for one server, 8,000 customers will be fixed. They're not increasing the customers count here. That will be only 8,000 per single server here. This is the counting we'll be maintaining the Salesforce. Okay? Understood the concept now? Now. So these are the various points are available, and the important points are available as part of your server instances. Okay. Now this region, that means this range will be very, very important over here. As part of North America region, we are having the servers from NA0 to NA291. Now, 291. No. That will be keep on increasing. Suppose if the server is full, then we will be adding some more new servers automatically. Okay, that is not fixed. Now, EU region, EU0 to EU51, EAP0 to EAP50, 56 here. These are the various servers are maintaining by Salesforce. Now, because in the entry point of view, they may be raising a common question. Suppose, for example, once the course get completed, we'll prepare a profile. In the profile, we are adding some experience on Salesforce. We are adding some Salesforce projects. We'll be attending some interviews. In the interview, they may be raising a question. Currently, you are working on Salesforce or not? Yes, we said that. Okay, I'm working on Salesforce since last 3 years. Now, what is your current project? This is my current project, some insurance processing services here. Now, in order to build this project, we are using a Salesforce account, right? Yes. So whatever the project that you're building right now, for that project, we're using a Salesforce account. For that account, memory has been reserved in which server here? Whatever the Salesforce account that we are using to build the project for your client, for that account, whatever the memory space has been reserved, that memory space is available in which server? Now we have to give the server number. In that case, what server number we can specify? Whatever the project we have specified, for that project we are giving some client. If the client is a US client, then US clients are always having the memory space on North America region servers. So at that time, give any one of the server number between NA0 to NA291. Don't cross this range. If you're crossing the range, that means what? You are a fake guy. Now, this is a small question. This is a small question is enough to prove whether you are genuine or fake. So don't give the chance to the people. Suppose if you don't know the server number exactly, just to give any of the server number between this range, but don't cross this range 291. Okay? So because just we can give the server number, NA90, NA41, NA121, NA144, 162, 189, anything server number you can provide that. But don't cross that range over here. But whatever the project that you have specified, if that is for the UK client, UK clients are always available on EU region servers. Then specify that server number between EU0 to EU51. But don't cross that range over here. So these are the very, very important points as part of interview point of view here. These are the small questions. These small questions are enough to prove whether we are genuine or fake. Okay, for that one, don't give the chance to the people. You should be have the complete information over here. Okay, understand the concept here? No. So this is the concept of server instances as part of your Salesforce arc. Okay, next. The next one we have the 2 more features are available, like as a multi-tenant architecture. Multi-tenant architecture. And then we have the feature of editions. What are the various editions are available in Salesforce? We'll see. Then we'll see creating our own Salesforce account. how can we create our own Salesforce account. We'll see practically as well over here. Clear? Now, so these features we'll see in tomorrow's session. In tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about multi-tenant architecture and then editions. If time permits, I will be discussing about how to create our own Salesforce account. Okay, now, so don't miss this editions concept here. These are very, very important. It's a common questions. So many questions are available in the interview point of view on editions feature here. Okay, then we'll see how can we create our own Salesforce account, which is a free account, which we can access lifetime without any expiration date. Okay, now, and then tomorrow we are having the session as usual over here. If anybody is staying very far locations, then just you can able to contact the capital info people, just give a call or send an email notification to them. They will be sending that online meeting link to you so that you can join the session through online also tomorrow. Okay, and then from Friday we'll be having the continuation sessions as usual. Tomorrow we have the session at same timings. Classroom session is available. People who are unable to attend because of the far location, they can join through online here only for tomorrow. Okay. No, not required here. Okay, I will show you the practical concept. You can do the practice at your home also at any point of time. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, sir.